Welcome back to a little more fun on Spectacle Island. Today we're gonna go underground. I'm using the mod called Underground Living that allows you to add underground bunkers. You may recall back in the engineering building of the resort I built on Spectacle Island, there's a basement, and in the basement there's a entryway to an underground bunker. So we're going to add two more of those. The new office space building that I did with Institute parts is just too clean looking, especially the foundation. I don't want to give anyone the impression that there's something built under it. I also recently built this greenhouse, which, by the way, here's the new greenhouse, and it's up on piers. It's up on poles, so it wouldn't make sense to have an underground bunker beneath it. On the far side of the greenhouse, there is a power or electricity room that's running the water purifier, and there is technically room in it for some small bunker, and it is on a concrete foundation, but it just wouldn't make sense that close to a big body of water because it would always be flooded. The old greenhouse on the island, which has always been there, which has the power armor workshop next to it, could work. You notice how it has a concrete block foundation, and some of the basement pieces are made out of the same material. Back behind this crafting station, there's just room to add the entryway to an underground space. I also like the old house that's always been on the island. I've updated a little bit, built some stuff in there, and there are a few places where you might expect to find a hidden entrance to some sort of Cold War bunker. I considered this place under the stairs, but there couldn't be problems with head height and collision, so I decided instead to put it in this makeshift kitchen just behind the table. So let's get started. I've come back over to the shed with the crafting station in it, and dropped down the doorway to the bunker. You'll notice in the mod there are several kinds of bunkers. You can only use them once per map. So this one's the one called Root Cellar. It's one of the smaller ones, and it just fits in here, and I don't want to hide it from people, but I want to obscure it so you don't. You reward the people who take the time to look a little closer. So I'm going to stack up some junk in front of it, not to obscure it too much, but just to make it take more than one glance. And in fact, by putting the chem box and the ammo, it should actually draw people's attention. There we go. Now let's go inside. All right, just as I hoped, this is a concrete block kind of look in dirt with roots and so forth. It's pretty messy, sandbags. By the way, these fuse boxes provide 100 power. The workshop itself that allows this to be changed looks like a toolkit. You can't delete that. But I plan to delete almost all this stuff and tidy it up. But let's get a good look at what comes with it. Barrel shelves, toolkit, barrels, there's electric wires, some explosives, maybe some timbers, roots. You notice you can delete these roots, but I don't mind them. So let's start cleaning stuff up. Just a minute, let me delete a lot of this. There we go. That's about as tidy as it gets, unless you want to start deleting the concrete blocks. So let's see what kind of floor will fit in here. I tried a couple of different things. I tried paving stones from landscaping, and they do fit on this very uneven floor. Not a great look in my opinion. Next, I tried shack floors, and they just couldn't be made to sit down properly because the ground's so uneven. I tried a warehouse concrete block floor, and I found one place where that worked, so I decided to keep it. And then rather than fight with the unlevel aspect of the floor anymore, I decided to go with it and used a couple of the graves to put even bigger lumps on the ground. So I'm just building along, adding shelves, a few items, a sink, water source, and so forth. You see pipes, you assume there's something there. Now notice the bed. I use the graves as a platform to put some pallets, and on top of that a mattress. That gives the impression someone was trying to stay out of the moisture, get up into a dry space. So that's really enough. This one doesn't deserve a lot of attention. It's basically a very small impromptu shelter. And so let's move over to the bigger one. So here's where I'm going to drop the entrance in the kitchen of the old broken down house. Again, I'm going to take a look at it from all the approaches and see if I put just enough stuff there to make it not instantly visible, but not actually hide it. That seems to work. Let's jump inside. All right, let's take a pre-build kind of inventory, kind of a junky interior. There's the very first thing you see is sort of a bathroom. Some old broken down furniture, this bathroom space with a toilet with a water leak and a shower head. There's a sort of a storage room, I guess. A workshop area, rather. There's sort of a cooking space off in this little area. There is definitely a storage place, and there's just a bunch of junk in here. So let's tidy this up. I'm sure the original designers hate it when I delete and clean up all their carefully placed trash and debris, but hey, that's the way it goes. By the way, you may want to turn off Workshop, run around and collect the takeable items, foodstuffs, and so forth, anything from the map that you want. And here's the look once it's cleaned up. Nothing here, empty. Just empty all around. I left, there were a couple of sinks that couldn't be removed. I left those. I think these shadow effects are kind of burned into the texture maps here, baked in, so I'm going to have to leave them. By the way, you notice you can toggle off the standard lighting and fog, so I'm going to leave both those on for the moment. So well, let's take 5 right now, and let me go drop down a few things, and we'll see how it's starting to look. Okay, you can see I've dropped down a little bit of a living room set in this area. I've made what was a bathroom into more of a bar. Now we've got a pretty full-featured kitchen in this area, in this space over here. And then I took one of the separate rooms to be a private bedroom. It has some storage facilities and a bed and radio and so forth in there. What was the storage room is now a tidier bathroom, so that's cleaned up a bit. All right, let me take a break and throw in a few little details and touches. And here's the final tour. So a little nicer entryway. You look down into a bar. There's nice carpeting. There's pictures on the wall. Looks like you could make a snack in there, have a drink. There's a little dining space next to it. The kitchen has a few foodstuffs in it now. There are pictures everywhere. The bedroom's a little more fleshed out now. Yep. The pictures really help, I think. There's the living room again. The bathroom from afar. And that's really it. Let's go back up to the surface. As always, folks, thanks for watching. And I also want to say thanks to the people that make the mods I'm using and call them out, so in case you want to try them. I use something called Spring Cleaning, made by N. Verhos, that allows you to delete things that normally can't be deleted. I use the Homemaker Expanded Settlements mod, made by Nova Koru. I also use ESP Only, the Infinite Settlement Budget mod by DD Productions 83. And today we've been looking at Basement Living, which allows you to add underground spaces by fading signal. All of those things are available on the Nexus mod site and can be installed with Nexus Mod Manager. So thanks for watching. See you next time.